Yeah, I feel like I join the choir. Shit, I should go to church. Amen. Praise the Lord. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, man, that chicken got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. What you know about losing your best friend, or losing your best man, losing your blood brother from a senses, wishing you can free him again. All the real niggas put your hands in the air for the real niggas y'all getting lost. All the real niggas chuck y'all gang in the air for all the bitch niggas y'all that's tossed. Man, this shit got real crazy, feel like we losing niggas on the daily. All I had tears in my eyes, anger said somebody need to die. I was trying to get some get back, they killed my homie of a bitch, nigga. I be down, won't get my get back. Let's crack a look at me wrong, that boy about to get his shit pushed back. I think I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, it was wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir. Cause we was sinning, we was hanging in the field. We had Glocks with extensions, man, that chicken got real wicked and tricky, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. Oh, we was sinning, yeah. I think that I'ma join the choir.
If you are a man who needs to speak to me and I don't know you, I need you to find a tiny piece of stationery and I need you to write your itty bitty little message with as few words as possible. Then I need you to fold your little stationery into a tiny little aerodynamic airplane and slowly release it into my direct path. If I catch it from the air and read it, we'll probably get married. And if not, then just direct your question to another man. That's correct. Thank you.
She's not saying that you can't approach people in public politely. She's saying specifically that a man can never approach a woman and should never ever approach a woman in public or a woman with her children in public for any reason. So if you happen to be in a parking garage and hear a woman screaming and yelling and crying in fear, if you're a man, don't approach her. Don't go anywhere near her because you're not allowed. That's what she meant, right?
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore due to sex allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful, and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out. Why do women choose to cuss guys out when they come up to them and approach them? I have no idea. I apologize for that. But there's just too many fine men. And if it takes me, the women, having to come up to you guys and shooting my shot, saying what's up, being the big stepper, then I'll just have to do that. And I'm going to just start coming up to you guys and shooting out compliments and see where it takes me. So if I start coming up to y'all in the grocery store and I say, "Excuse me, sir, you are just so sexy," I want a response. Okay, I don't want none of that shy stuff.
Welcome to the Too Much Moxie podcast. I am your humble host, Too Much, and I'm definitely in the building. Let's get that cheer one more time, man. Clap it up. What's going down, everybody? What's going down, man? Y'all see the thumbnail. Y'all see the title. Let's get into this thing. Let's unpack this thing. Men are no longer cold approaching women, or they don't want to. There's still men out there who will and do, right? But it's getting less and less. It's getting less and less and less and less. What are these modern women going to do? How are they going to get their daily dopamine fix if these men are not giving them attention. Men are not cold approaching women. Men are not approaching women in their proximity. Men are not approaching women at the grocery store. Men are not approaching women walking on the streets. Men are just not approaching women. I mean, we are being conditioned and we're learning not to approach these women. Like, why? How many times have you seen a guy walk up to a girl and say, "Hello, how are you? You look beautiful today. Can I get you? Can I talk to you? Do you have a moment? Do you have a minute?" Right? How many times have you seen guys walk up to a girl and do that, right? Only to get completely ignored by her. The way I see it is the problem is that with men, as the typical start approaching, the way I see it is this. The problem isn't with men, okay? It's not with the men. As they typically start approaching in the right places, but rather women, as they aren't giving them enough time to talk. Do y'all notice that? It's like it's never a right place for a man to approach. You can't approach him on the street. You can't approach him in the car. You can't approach him in the drive. You can't approach him at the store. You can't approach him at the club. Where can you approach women? You just can't, right? In fact, 60% of modern women are looking for attention compared to the 40% of men. This is the problem because men are starting to approach women less and less. So what can we do about it? Is the answer, do we need more women to be more open to being approached, right? We need more women to be more open to being approached, more willing to be approached, or we just don't approach them at all, right? Or the women are going to have to start hollering at the men, right? That's hella masculine. You know, go to NYC and walk down the street and have a girl call you, "Hey, shorty." You know, them women out there, they like to holler out there, don't they? They like to cat call out there on the men. Masculine as hell, right? So what do we do, man? How do we fix this problem? How do we fix this little situation that we got going on? Why isn't it that more men are stepping up to the plate and just saying, you know what, we're going to approach these women anyway? Why? Well, we don't want to get that label, right? We don't want to get that label of harasser, creep, stalker, right? We don't want to get that label. We don't, it's men are not approaching women because is it even worth it today to approach a woman? Is it even worth it? Is it even worth it? It's just not the same anymore, right? It's not the same. Like, I'm 42, you guys. So I'm from an era where, we didn't have, I didn't grow up with the cell phones and the internet. I mean, we had the internet, but it wasn't, it wasn't like it is right now. I grew up where you still had to dial the phone, the dialing pad, right? You had to go, all that stuff, right? With beep, 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 beep. And you had to pick up the phone. You had the long cord, right? The long telephone cord that you have to get the long extension just so you can take the phone upstairs, just so you can match to your sweetheart, right? But them was the days where you had to, you had to shoot your shot, man. You had to say, hey, good looking. Hey, beautiful. Hey, sweetheart. How you doing? You had to do something to get their attention. It's just not the same anymore. So men are not approaching women because it's just not the same. It's not like it was in the 90s. It's not like it was in the 90s. It's not like it was in the early 2000s, right? Things have changed. A lot of the millennials, man, they were just born, they were just born in the 2000s, right? So they never got to experience any of this that I'm talking about, right? None of this. It's just not the same anymore. If a man does approach a woman, she thinks he's creepy. Stranger danger, right? Stranger danger. What's the purpose of approaching a woman, right? What's the purpose of approaching a woman today when all they're going to do is ignore you, treat you like you're less than human, act like they're busy, act like they got somewhere so important to be. So it's so I got to get here. It's so important that I get here when all you're trying to do is just get to know you. It's gotten bad to where it's not even the most beautiful chicks. It's not even the most beautiful women are turning down men. It's average, everyday women on the street who are acting like they're tens, turning down men. Got some comments here. Big Walt in the house. In California, the liberals made it sexual harassment, or maybe he's saying in Canada, but it could be California. In California, the liberals made it sexual harassment to ask a woman out at a work. Even if a person just wanted to hang out after work, it is borderline. It is borderline to say you want to go get food, drinks later. If that person chooses to take it as harassment, look up the California sexual harassment guidelines. Frumpy Dyke made it bad. I read that all wrong, but I get it, right? So pretty much what he's saying, man, is in California, man, the sexual harassment laws, right, out here. You can't even talk. You can't even approach a woman at work. You can't even say something like, "Hey, you want to get some drinks later? You want to go out for some? Want to go out to eat?" You can't say that at work because here's the thing: if the woman doesn't find you attractive enough, she can put you for sexual harassment, right? It's crazy. I'll tell you one thing. It's not like Mad Men. Have y'all seen that show, Mad Men? It's not like back in the times of Mad Men, right? Mad Men, you could pretty much get away. Man, it was open season, man. You came to work, you wore those high heels, you was going to get catcalled. You was going to get, you was going to get approached by many men in the corporate, in the executive office, right? Matter of fact, that and finally, nobody says anything about that when a woman goes overseas and finds love. But when a man goes overseas, it's a problem, especially when the black man does it. It's a problem. So, just wanted to get that off my chest real quick, man. I mean, a little bit off topic, but Walter, good. I mean, you brought up Nia Long being cheated on, man, and we had to go down that. We had to go down that path. But I'm just saying, what is it that women are getting upset with men because they're no longer wanting to approach them here in the States? They're no longer wanting to deal with them here because it's shout out Austin Hollerman, man. It's that bad, right? I mean, it really is. It's bad enough. How about that? If it's not that bad, it's bad enough. It's bad enough. It's bad enough that men feel like they have to get their blue book, their little passport, and go overseas just to get treated with respect, just to get treated with dignity, just so they can feel what it feels like to be in the top 20%, being one of the most desirable men in that country because they're coming from a place of resources and money. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? Give me a second here, you guys. All kinds of things going on in the background. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's see what this dating coach. There's a dating coach who talks to women, helps women 30 and up get men. I want to see what his advice is. Let's hear it.
Ladies, tonight I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons that men are not approaching women like they used to. In fact, 95% of you have told me men don't approach you anymore or they haven't approached you ever, which is really sad, and it's not your fault. That's one of the big things I want to get through your mind is it's not your fault. The times have changed, and in this video, I'm going to share with you what's going on so you at least understand why men are not approaching. My name is Quentin. I'm the creator of the RTP dating method to help women in their 30s and beyond
we don't care about
meet
that.
high-quality men in as quick a time as humanly possible. If that is you, stick around. I'm here to help. Okay, number 1 is the reason most of you may think, which is men are just afraid, right? Even back when men were approaching more, it's a scary thing for men to do, right? At least seemingly so, psychologically and emotionally. So fear is the number one thing. So that's still a reason. But now we have these two new reasons, and these two new ones are what's making it seem like they're just never approaching now. So the second one are dating apps. So now you have a whole demographic of men that would have had to have developed themselves socially, their confidence, their, you know, all those social skills to have walked up to you and developed the courage to ask you out. They don't have to do it anymore, right? Because they have the dating apps. They have that as a crutch. So that's a huge demographic of men now that would have converted to being a courageous, masculine man that are just never going to do it now. And then the third group, and there are still high quality men in this group, they're the men that have developed themselves. They do have the guts and balls to go up to you, but now because of our social climate, a lot of men that are willing to do it, they're becoming hesitant, not so much out of fear, but of being afraid to talk to you, but fear that they're going to come across as harassing you, because the narrative now in our media and the political environment is pushing that, you know, it's men are becoming very timid to go up to women because they think they're harassing them. Now, a lot of men have harassed women, so there's, you know, which is really unfortunate, and makes me sad to hear that when that does happen. But a lot of the good, high quality guys now are pulling back, approaching in real life because of that. So because of those three factors, 95% of men are just not coming up to you anymore. So they're relying on dating apps, and they're just not doing it. So new strategies are needed, but those are the three reasons why. All right? Like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and comment below if you agree.
All right. I agree with him. Fear is one of them. You know, there's always going to be that intimidation factor. There's always going to be that fear of rejection, right? Some men can take it, some men can't, right? But the two new ones that he's talking about, I totally agree with. You know, men are not approaching women because, first of all, it is the woman's fault. He said he tried, you know, these dating coaches, they try to take the blame off their target audience and put it outwardly. So he's saying it's not your fault, it's them. So we gotta help you. You know, it's never, you know, it's just, you know, listen to these dating coaches with a grain of salt. You know, I say be yourself. If they don't like you for who you are, they don't need to be around you, period. But I agree with what he's saying. Men don't want to be harassers. We don't want to be looked at as creepy. We don't want that stigma on us. It's better not to approach than get that stigma on us. We don't want to be perceived as looking thirsty, doing too much chasing. So it's almost better that we don't even approach. Like I said, my approach is, if you're not giving me the eye contact like you want me to approach, I'm not going to approach. What's the why? What's the purpose? If you don't drop that handkerchief, then there's no need for me to be there. If you don't create a need or a space for a man, he won't show up. Let me say that again. If you don't create a need and a space for a man, he won't show up. Am I right, fellas? You know, if a woman comes to us and she's trying to open a bottle, she just created a need, right? Because she's struggling, right? So I'm like, here, let me see that bottle. I'll open that for you. But if a woman just popping open bottles, well, you don't need me, obviously. You got it. You independent. You got it. The more independent you are, the less need it is for a man to be around. The more independent a woman is, the less need for that man to even be around. There's no need for him. There's no space for him. You got it. You can pay your own bills. So why do you need a man? So if you can pay your own bills, why do you need another man to pay your bills? You see what I'm saying? That's how men think. If you can pay your own bills, if you got your own money, why do you need my money? You see how men think? You don't need me. There's no space for me. You got this. So I'm going to let you get it, boo-boo. I'm going to let you get it. Right? You got your job. You got your career, right? You don't need a man. We've heard that mantra. You don't need us. You don't need us. You don't need us. So what do you want us around for? Take you to dinner? Feed you? But you can feed yourself? Change a light bulb, right? Take out the trash, right? You need us to do manly stuff, but you don't want us around. You don't invite us into your space. You invade our spaces, but we can't invade your spaces, right? You come where you're not invited, but we can't come where we're not invited, right? Isn't that how it is with modern women? Isn't that how it is? Let's get to another reason why men are not approaching these women, man. Let's listen to this guy.
And they're scared to. They're weenies. They haven't been trained. Like,
man, I've been waiting a long time for someone to come out with something like this. Stay tuned. And the fact that you even said that men haven't been trained is a giant red flag. You don't train people to do shit. The correct word that you're looking for is instilled. You have instilled a fear into men that coming up to you is now a problem. Simp culture, rape culture, feminism, all of these things have placated where we are at today in society. Meaning we stand to lose a hell of a lot more than we stand to gain. Do you understand that? No man wants to walk up to a goddamn female in Starbucks just to tell us that she was being harassed by that man. No man wants to keep going up to women who are dismissive and treat us like we aren't even equivalent to their fucking dog sitting at home on their fucking couch. Ladies, you want men to come up to you? Start being fucking approachable.
Start being approachable. What it is right now is you have to be extremely, extremely attractive in order to approach a woman. If you're not a 10, if you're not extremely, if you look like that guy, for instance, you can almost tell the frustration. Because the average, everyday, ordinary guy cannot approach a woman in America. Why? Because he's not what that woman is checking for. Unless you have money. Now, if that guy got money, he's not going to have a problem dating. But if you are a regular guy, if you make less than $150,000 a year, you might have a problem dating. You might have a problem dating. You might have a problem dating. If you make $100,000 a year, you might be all right, but you still might have a problem dating. You still might have a problem dating. A little one. But if you make $80,000, $60,000 a year, you're going to have a problem dating. You're going to have a problem. You're gonna get some, right? But you're not gonna get. I mean, what quality are you gonna get out there? Most of these modern women are narcissists, right? Right. They're a stranger danger. You can't approach. You approach them online. You're not. You know. Online, you got to go through the app. And let's be real. A lot of the people in the app are getting overlooked because they're looking for the extremely, extremely attractive quality, extremely, extremely rich and extremely handsome man. Right? I'm a regular dude, you guys. I'm not, I'm just, you see me. I come on here with the, I don't even dye the beard anymore. I never did, but I don't even dye the beard. It's just, I just let my George Clooney just show. You know what I'm saying? I let my gray just I rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even got a proper lineup. You know what I'm saying? I rock with it, but I will get myself together. But I'm not into that. I'm not into all this. Looking good for what? For these women out here, the way these women, man, let me tell you something. That's the furthest thing from my mind. When I'm in the States, it's discipline. It's discipline. It's work. I'm on my purpose. I'm getting to the bag. I'm building a business. I'm trying to make things happen. I'm not focused on any woman. No. You're not going to distract me, lady. I got a plan. I got a vision. I got some things that have to happen in the next 3 to 5 years, and I'm on course. I'm on course, and I can't allow you to distract me and take my eyes off the prize. Walter says some women want a guy to ask her out more than 2 or 3 times on purpose. They do that to make themselves have a sense of value over a man. That way, if there is a disagreement, she can always say, well, you kept coming up to, exactly. You kept coming to me. Women always say, well, you try to talk to me. I ain't trying to talk to you. You try to talk to me. You the one that want me, so I must be valuable. No, you just happen to be one of the many beautiful women on the earth today that happen to cross my path. How about that? Your beauty is a dime a dozen. There's only one of me, but there's a million of you. How about that? That's the value that you have. That's the value that you really have. There's only one of me and there's a million of you. That's your value. That's why I can't take you seriously. Matter of fact, that's why we can't even go out on this date today, because you know what? You're not worthy. You're not nice enough. You're not kind enough. You're not gentle enough. You're not feminine enough. You're not fit enough. First, you're sloppy fat. See, a lot of these women, right? Another reason why we don't approach them, man. A lot of these women, they don't meet the weight requirement. They don't meet the weight requirement. They don't meet the weight requirement. And this whole body positivity nonsense that we're going through, no. There's nothing positive about bad health. There's nothing problem about diabetes. All right. There's nothing positive about gout. There's nothing positive. There's nothing positive about there's nothing positive about thyroid. There's nothing positive about any of that, man. Okay. There's nothing positive about being overweight and out of shape. We got to get healthy. There's no body positive. There's no body shaming. It's you're healthy or you're not. If you could follow Lizzo if you want to, but she ain't leading you nowhere but to an early grave. How long is I'm not gonna go there, but you gotta health is wealth. A lot of our women are not even healthy. A lot of our women today can't even cook. They got to microwave everything. They can't even use a stove. They barely use the stove. They microwaving everything. You go over a chick's house, she got you some microwave dinners ready just waiting on you. They gotta go. We gotta go buy food all the time. We gotta eat out all the time because nobody wants to cook. Nobody wants to take care of the family, take care of the health of a family. It's crazy out here, man. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. I'm telling you, men are like, what? What's this?
That was
Wrong one. Sorry, we gotta play this one.
bothered is me being sexually harassed as far as I'm concerned.
So anytime a man talks to you, you consider sexual harassment.
If you want to know why the majority of men in today's society do not want to approach women, that's the prime example. You remember when back in the day that you could approach a woman, and even though we know we're probably going to get rejected 9 times out of 10, we still was able to build up the courage to do it, and they would not act like a bitch like she would, or have the ridiculous mindset that she does that, oh, you will be, like she considers if a man has no business talking to her, it's considered sexual harassment. And I know a bunch of women are going to say, well, that's just her. That's not the majority of us. Listen, she just honestly said, in my personal opinion, what a lot of y'all be thinking sometimes, that is unless the dude is considered attractive to you, then you're not going to say none of that crap. But if the guy isn't attractive, you try to avoid him and treat him like he's the bubonic plague. This is why men do not want to approach women in a grocery store, why some guys don't even want to be on online dating apps, why some guys don't even want to shoot a shot in the DM anymore. Because a lot of women have made it clear they don't want to be bothered by men. Because if we are going to have to deal with a lot of y'all that's like that, oh, trust and believe, we won't approach y'all. But at some point, winter will be coming, and y'all will have to decide whether you want to be married and have a family one day, or you want to keep doing crap like that's going to keep you single for the rest of your life, living alone with a dog or a cat.
He's right. He's right. He's absolutely right. If you're not preferred, if you're not extremely good looking, if you aren't blessed with extreme good looks, if you weren't blessed to be born wealthy, in America, you almost can't forget it. You almost can't forget it. What chance does the ordinary average guy have if the women that's on his level don't even look at him like we're on the same level? If everything is about the most, saying hello. Oh my God, he tried to. Ma'am, I'm just saying hello. Ma'am, I'm just saying excuse me. Oh my God, he's looking at me. Ma'am, I'm actually looking past you, not even looking at you. If every time they think, I remember, man, it's crazy. Certain places you go, man, you see people, they just so you can tell how so self-conscious and so self-absorbed they are. They think everybody wants them, right? Everybody wants them. I remember this lady dropped something, and I just, hey, ma'am, you dropped it. No, I'm not interested. Really? You're not interested in your money that you just dropped right here? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I didn't know. No, bitch. I shouldn't have told you anything. No. Oh my God, that's not me. I'm so sorry. No. It's too late. You can't even do a good deed without them going to the far extreme. They live in their head. They live in projection. You don't know if you're going to get a snake. You don't know if you're going to get a lobster. You don't know what you're going to get talking to these modern women. You really don't know. It's bad enough. It's bad enough to where you were like, man, we're not hollering at you chicks anymore. We're not giving you the time of day. It's more you get more bang for your buck. You get more out of life by focusing on building yourself and leveling up than you will by putting up or talking with the chick. It's a waste of time. They're actually the distraction, right? They are the distraction. They are the harlots. Modern women are harlots, man. Modern women, they live a promiscuous life, very nasty, filthy life, if you ask me. You're sleeping around, riding on all these different, pair bonding with all these men, and then not being able to pair bond with the man that they need, right? It's crazy, it's crazy. It really is. Let me go to the comments here. Walter says, something that some women are hiding is that they are rejecting men because they already have an older man with a house, car, money, and that lets her do whatever her only open spot for a man with something that old man doesn't have. That's real game. Let me read that again. I gotta take my glasses off of this. Something that some women are hiding is that they are rejecting men because they already have an older man with a house, car, money that lets her do whatever she wants. Only open spot is for a man with something that older man doesn't have. Yeah, that's a fact. A lot of these women, they have a situationship, right? That's what they like to call it. They got their sugar daddy, or they got their soft daddy already. They got their beta male simp already. And that's the problem. That's what messing up the game. Simps have always ruined it for everyone. Simps, panders, they always ruin it. It's because let me tell you the reason why men are not approaching women: because of simps, because of panders, because of real creeps out there, because of real harassers out there. Y'all messed it up, man. Y'all messed it up for everybody. Everybody. Y'all got y'all know these modern women are hypersensitive, right? Y'all know if y'all even do one slight thing, they're gonna take it to the extreme. They're gonna go from 0 to 100 real quick. real quick. You already know that. And these simps and panders, y'all just make it worse. Y'all got these females they're hypersexualized, they're hypersensitive. You know, they're hyper masculine. They just, you know, it's just crazy. And y'all keep feeding them this garbage that they want to hear, and they keep believing that garbage and taking it into the world with them. So a lot of that is y'all simps, man. Y'all blowing these women heads up, telling them what they want to hear. And I get it, man. Back in the man, that's what a lot of brothers did. That's what a lot of brothers considered game was. I never considered that game, but a lot of my friends considered lying to women as game. That's what they consider telling a woman what they want to hear so they can get in their pants. That was game. No, that wasn't game. Game is telling a female what she needs to hear and her still walking away with you at the end of the day, and you still getting what you want at the end of the day. Game is being able to tell the truth and still get what you want. Okay. Game is being able to be masculine, be intentional. This is what I want. This is what I expect. This is what, you know, these are the boundaries. And she follow. That's a game. That's real game. That's real player, true pimp game right there. Getting a woman on your page. That's the game. If she ain't on your page, you ain't got no game. That's the game. A lot of brothers, they just looked at lying, simping, pandering, telling them what they want to hear. They looked at that like that was the game. That was a way for them to get these females to do what they want. No, because you're really doing what she wants. You're doing what she wants to get what you want. No. The game is doing what you want and getting what you want. That's the game. But a lot of y'all got it backwards. A lot of y'all thinking, oh man, I got to bend over backwards. I got to do this and this and that. That's the game. No, man. That's that sucker stuff. That's that trick. That's that simping. That's that beta male. That's that, you know, poor man's prostitute. You know? Let's be real. Let's be real. You know? Being that nice guy, that's how you finish last. See, these females say they want someone nice, but they don't. They won't respect you. The moment you say no, you're a clown to them. The moment you say no, you're lame to them. They want you to say yes, 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 and they won't respect you. They're gonna walk all over you. They're gonna sleep with a more masculine man, right? That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's all I got. That's why men are not approaching women. That's why approaching isn't worth it. Is it worth it? Is approaching worth it? Is cold approach worth it? Is it really worth it? Men are tired of cold approaching women because women just don't appreciate it anymore. Women don't appreciate the men. Misandry. Men are considered the enemy, and they know it and they feel it. What does it? Why even approach these women? Why even say hello? Man, I don't know how many times I done held the door open for a woman and her not even say thank you. She just walk in with her entitled self. Should I have one chick I tried to open the door for? She says, I don't need you to do that for me. She was offended. So what do? You can't be nice to a woman, right? You can't be nice to a woman without them taking that for granted, without them having a misconception about your niceness. You know, kindness does not mean likeness, and that goes both ways for men and women. Kindness does not mean likeness. Just because I do something kind does not mean I want you, and vice versa. Just because you do something kind to me, don't mean I think you want me. But how about we just be kind one to another? How about that? How about we be kind one to another, right? And we don't get it misconstrued. You allow that person to be himself and allow you to be yourself. How about we just have a conversation? We're not even conversating anymore. How come we can't just have a friendly conversation and just see where it goes? And even if I do shoot my shot, you don't have to be upset or mean behind it. Just accept it. Like, man, you're a beautiful woman. Accept a compliment, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of women who can't even accept a compliment today. You can't even give them a compliment without them finding that offensive in some way, shape, or form. You're dressing provocative, but then when a man looks, he's evil. You're walking with your butt cheeks hanging out of your shorts, and you're mad because some man is staring at your butt. So many reasons why men are not cold approaching, why men are not approaching women anymore, why men are not asking women out on dates anymore. There's no point in dating dating in the U.S. is dead. It died. Y'all killed it. You killed dating in the U.S. It's over. It's done. The clubs, man, I don't even know how they're still surviving. I guess people still got to go out and drink and let some steam off. But no one's dating. Every time I go to the club, that's very, very little, right? Very few, right? But all I see is women dancing with women. All I see is women exhibiting bad behavior. All I see is desperate fat women when I go out. Desperate. Desperate. All I see is women with Muppet eyelashes, extension weave, braid, wig, transforming makeup. I don't even see women looking like women. They look like something else. All the women look alike. Walter says some women use a man as shooting a shot as a trophy. She would do things like screenshot and post it. Yeah. Men, yeah, post it. Man, beware. Yeah, of course. You can't even go out with a chick without her trying to record. Look at this story. Look at how that young lady recorded that conversation between her and that man. Put him on blast. And all he was trying to do was hand her ID and then maybe shoot a shot. And what's wrong with that? He did a good deed, right? He gave you back something you wanted and needed, right? Why shouldn't he be able to shoot a shot? And if you're taking, great. But if you're single, why not? I mean, why not give that man the time of day? Okay, he's not attractive enough. Is he? Is he? Are you attractive enough? You think because a man shot at you that you're somehow just supermodel status now? No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Everything doesn't always have to be about money. We can get to know each other. You know, I'm all for coffee dates. You know, on you when you're, you know, here I go giving dating advice. I'm not a dating coach, right? But let me tell you what I would consider a good first date if you even get that far here in the U.S., right? But I'll say a date with anyone. If you're going on a date with anyone, you want to get to know that person. You want time to sit there and talk and get to know that person. You want a date where you can talk and get to know. Get to know. So a good date that's probably one of the greatest dates that you can go on, especially a first date. Gym. Go to the gym. Work out together. Why? Because if you can go to the gym with a chick, at least you know she has a regimen of working out. Chicks who don't go to the gym, they don't do gym dates. Chicks who go to the gym, they do gym dates. Perfect place to get to know a woman is at the gym. You know about her from her work. You know her work ethic. You know her. You know. If a chick is working out, she got some discipline. Coffee. Coffee dates is cool. It's cool. That's another place where you get to know somebody. Of course, there's dinner and lunch and all this brunch and all this other stuff, you know. Of course, there's that. But even before you get to the dinner date, I would say the gym date would be number one on my list. Or a hike. Go for a walk. Go for a hike. Something outdoorsy, something that causes you to sweat, to move. Those are perfect first dates. No, that's that first date. Low money, low investment. You want to put her in an environment where you can really get to know her. Movie dates are terrible because all you're gonna do is watch the movie. But those are some things, I'm not even a dating coach, man. I don't listen to me. I don't got no game. I'm just intentional. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's how I look at it. I don't got no game. I'm just intentional. I just know what I want and speak my intentions and move with intention, right? Don't take advice from me. Get it how you can get it. Get it how you live, right? However you can get it, that's how you can get it. But yeah, man, we're about to end the stream here, you guys. Man, hey, thank you for all the comments. Appreciate you, Big Walt. Appreciate my boy Jordan showing up in the stream, man. 140 characters. Shout out to him, man. Y'all go subscribe to that brother's channel. Stay tuned, man. We got another one coming up for you tomorrow, man. Tomorrow we got another live show we're coming up with, man. And we're gonna try to dial these shows down a little bit more, make them more like an hour, 2 hours at the most, hour and a half. But we're gonna try to really hit that hour and a half spot, hour 15-minute spot. I know we're gonna go over, but excuse me. It is what it is. It is what it is. But make sure you guys go to the YouTube channel and hit the like. Those who are on Facebook, go over to the YouTube channel and hit the like button over there. It definitely helps the algorithm. Definitely helps more people see my show. So with that being said, man, this is the Too Much Moxie podcast. And we are out. Peace.
Yeah, I feel like I join the choir. Shit, I should go to church.